looks like it connected. Cool. It was being kind of fussy 2 seconds ago, so we'll see how this works. Oh. Hmm. Hey May, how you doing? Well, this is just weird. Oh, wait. No, it's not weird. I'm just slow. I'm glad to hear. Do anything exciting today? Yeah, I got your message. I am still drawing some Osmond. Have you tried doing like multiple just rough sketches of him, or is it just the one drawing? Well, you've asked me a couple times like, should you do this or a couple different things for his design. Sometimes it's just, but looking at the arms page, I'm not familiar with that. Oh, the new Nintendo game. That's cool. What's it supposed to be about? That's pretty funny. That's clever. That's not the. That's not. What's the one? There's a game that's in development. It's called like Cuphead, Mughead. It's done in old school um, Disney. Yeah, I think it looks pretty neat. I've heard it's supposed to be pretty hard though. Hasn't like production on it been pushed back a couple times? Why doesn't this eye want to be drawn? Yeah, and there are a bunch of different styles of canes too, so I mean you can play around with what looks best for him. You've already drawn a cane. You're gonna try a different one. She didn't like the way the arm was posed. Yeah. I know that one, man. Oh, hey, Suri. How old is he, May? What you know, Suri? What you been up to today? Sounds productive. Ew, ew, ew. Just not happy with this face. Just not. Let's draw an anime eye. Lots of sparkles. And I'm done. I've never heard of Initial D. I don't know anything. I don't know anything about it. What's it about? Nerp, nerp, nerp. I'll just call those eyes for right now. I cannot remember the last time I watched an anime. I can't remember what it was. I think it was the little witch academia. I saw it on Netflix. It was very precious. I really liked it. I don't sit down and watch things very often. Like I do a lot of YouTube watching, but oftentimes that's just stuff that I have going on in the background, just background noise. Trying to dainty up her hand a little. Yeah, that looks better. Some of the things I really enjoy watching or having play in the background are like let's plays, because I just don't sit down and play video games like I used to. So I still enjoy being in the know and kind of know what's going on. I like to listen to reviews. So Suri, what kind of thoughts have you been having over your I'm assuming it's your new Pathfinder character, um, Juxon, Juxon, if I remember correctly. Um, what kind of ideas have you been entertaining for him? Why am I having such a hard time with these eyes? The struggle is real. Makes sense. Yeah, I'm notorious. If I start thinking about something, I'm gonna end up just really ignoring what I should be doing. That's not what I wanted. Haha, found you. I don't think that's what I wanted. Nope. Yeah, that looks like a legit eye. No, no, guys, it doesn't. It really does not. What is that? Why can't I rotate Photoshop? No, that's just we're just not today, apparently. Apparently today is not the day to be drawing eyeballs. What else has everyone been up to? Has everyone had dinner? What was everyone's dinner tonight? Okay, guys, remember this one. Remember that one. We want that one. No, I didn't see the new NC review, Nostalgia Critic one. I had tuna salad. Tuna salad is delicious. So it's not like I drew these eyes to be extremely challenging. So why am I being so challenged? Okay. Nah, I don't know. Meh. It's not about finding something that's easier. It's about finding something that I'm happy with. And I don't think I'd be happy with a winking expression. Okay, that needs to not do that anymore. Let's see. I did some leftover barbecue ribs for dinner tonight. It was pretty good. They weren't the best ribs I've ever had, but they were good. It was like $7 for a slab, so I mean that's super cheap. actually not. Yeah, how old is this character? What's that from? Oh, that's on that one. Okay. And you know what? I'm okay with this, actually. It's nice. It's a nice change of pace. I'm sorry if I'm not being very chatty right now. I am really wanting to get this. So this should actually, since this is up higher. Good news. I'm actually really pleased with that. As I erase the wrong layer. Well, once again, with Slape. Just do a duplicate of that. On top of line copy. Merge those. Hide that. He's 62. 30 is fine for kids. My mom had me when she was 30. There's my sister had her kids um, when she was 40. So there's nothing wrong with that. It's when you start going with the when you start having parents be really young is when it gets kind of weird, kind of wonky. Like it's not uncommon for folks to have kids at later ages anymore, since we're living so much longer. Um, as I said, my parents had me when my mom was 30, so oh, hi, Miss Rose. Thank you. I'm trying. This is not. One's been fighting me today. But I think in the end, I'm gonna win. That's what happens when you're more stubborn than the problem. And that's sort of the thing. You don't have to be particularly smart. You don't have to be particularly talented. You just have to be more stubborn than the problem. And then you'll eventually luck your way into it. I have seen an episode or two of Chowder, and I liked. I thought it was pretty decent. I liked it. I really liked how they handled texture and patterns. I always thought that was really fun. Good! Gotta take it one day at a time. I was trying to be a little better about my eating choices today as well. Mixed results, but one day at a time. That's good. She had corn and carrots and some chicken. I like chicken. I like corn and I like carrots. Those are all tasty things. I had asked what everyone had had for dinner. May had, May had tuna salad, which is always delicious. That's a favorite here at my house. There we go. Yeah. Yeah. Clap, clap. Yeah, I did. I had half of an omelet for breakfast. Mom got up early today. She wasn't feeling too well last night, so she just went straight to bed when she got home. And this morning she woke up super duper hungry, so she made herself an omelet, and she just couldn't eat it all. So the opportunistic scavenger that I am, I got half of the omelet, and then I had some yogurt, and I had some, yep, omelets are good. Kind of depends on how they're made, because I have made some pretty unfortunate omelets in my day, where I wasn't paying attention and I burned it. And I had a peanut butter jelly sandwich for lunch, just because it's just so muggy right here out where I'm at right now. It's just so muggy. I didn't really want anything warm or anything that required any sort of effort, so good old-fashioned PBJ. I had some Whoppers over the course of the day. And I was very proud of myself. I took my mom a Starbucks beverage when I got off work, because, as I said, she wasn't feeling too well yesterday, and I was trying to be a nice daughter. Oh, the caramel frappuccinos are so good. Oh. But instead of getting, my usual caramel macchiato, I went with a tea, and I'm not a big fan of teas, so I like lasagna too. We don't do lasagna quite as often as I would like, just because of how time consuming it is to prepare. And supposedly Dad doesn't like it. I don't know. He decided he didn't like it the other day. Whatever. Grumpy old man. Oh yes, that was so good. Caramel macchiatos are so good. I used to just be like a diehard Frappuccino drinker, because they were basically like a milkshake. But after a while, they just started to get to be a little too sweet. So I do iced. I'll do a mocha latte, or I'll do a macchiato, caramel macchiato, which is really good. Oh, sorry, I totally skipped that question, Rose. Oh, I've had the s'mores. That's really good too. I do know. I know about Doctor Who. I've not watched very much. I think I saw 2 episodes with the Ninth Doctor, and that was just so I could figure out who not Jack Brown, who Captain Jack was. And then I watched Torchwood, and Torchwood was hit or miss. I did not get to try the unicorn frap. All of the stores in my area sold out on the first day. One of my coworkers got to have one, and she said she took a couple sips and she ended up getting really, really sick. Then so she kind of set it aside at her desk, and every once in a while she'd do like a cautious sip just to see if maybe she just drank it too fast. She said after a while it started to taste like curdled milk, and I was like, oh. I've heard some people say it was really, like, they really liked it or they really didn't. Anywhere you look at it, that was genius marketing. Like their marketing on that was on point. A plus Starbucks for your marketing. Starbucks marketing is good in general, but that one was like, that one was pretty spectacular. Yeah, not the best, but it was okay. I've heard that too. I heard quite a few of the baristas weren't too crazy about making them. Like they were messy. But I have a feeling they're gonna do. I have had the s'mores in the past. The midnight mocha, I had to do an adapted version. I can't do milk. I can do cheese and I can do sour cream and I can do yogurt, but I can't do milk or cream. And it's it's the bacteria in them. The midnight mocha one was just a watered down version of their holiday mocha mint or their holiday mint, and I like their holiday mint one. Yeah, s'mores. Yeah, that's a whole lot of sugar there, Miss Rose. I had some stomach surgery a couple years ago, May, and so stuff like cream, ice cream, milk, I can't digest. But stuff with the bacteria, my stomach's able to handle, and I do. I do almond milk and I do soy. I don't care for the coconut milk, but the others I can do. And I do those quite often. And I don't mind. I was not a big milk drinker to begin with, but I do miss ice cream. Yeah, yes, Miss Roth. You told us that yesterday. Is that one of the reasons why you were going for a healthier diet today? What was it? Was it Liquify? That was probably annoying. What? I felt like I made her torso just a little too short, so I'm trying to give her some more torso, a little more waist. Yeah, that looks better. See? We're making strides. You're not allowed to have soup? Any particular reason? Why no paint? There you are. Is it the sodium? Yeah, it was alright. It was, another work day. Another day. My life is not that interesting. It's the soda, yeah. The sodium in the soup. I can see that. I know they do some low sodium soups. I don't know. Excuse me, if that's something you. Yeah, I don't even know. Those might still be high in sodium. Are you on summer break, Miss May? I miss summer break. I didn't really do anything on summer break though, which is weird. Like, I miss it, but I didn't really, like, we never really went anywhere. Mostly just kind of lazed around at home. Oh, you just don't have class for today. Okay. That's a considerable amount of books. What were you reading today, Miss Rose? One of my buddies quoted Terry Pratchett. It made me think of you. Just because we were talking about Neil Gaiman, and whenever I think of Terry, whenever I see anything from Terry Pratchett, I think of Neil Gaiman because I'm more familiar with Gaiman than Pratchett. Okay, so after battling her face for almost an hour, we can continue to make some proper progress. That's not what I wanted. Cheat time. Haha, that's where it is. Oh, the Boxcar Children Kids. Babe Ruth and the Boxcar Children. I remember that series. I used to read that at my when I was in elementary. I don't remember much from the series. I remember someone had like a teacup, but other than that, I don't remember a whole lot from the series. And May's got her Anime North on Friday, next Friday. That's exciting. Is there anyone in particular? Like, are you going to see celebrities? Are you someone who likes to go see the celebs, the voice actors? Do you go for the Artist Alley? I like to go for the artist. I'm a big Artist Alley fan. Do you go to like see if you can find like any cool bargains on items? Like what do you enjoy doing when you go to a convention? A friend of mine, she goes to conventions all the time. Not anime per se, but a lot of comic book, and she's a big fan of the horror films. So she'll go to like a lot of the scary horror movie conventions. Um, she likes to she'll go to just collect signatures. That's like that's her favorite thing to do. And I got to go with her the last convention that was in town, and got to meet Ron Perlman. Um, I had him sign a Hellboy action figure, and there's John Barrowman. I think I heard that they were doing a movie on the boxcar. I never saw it, but I think I like like I'd heard about someone talking about that. Little Karibo and TFS. You can buy weave stuff there too. Once again, I am totally ignorant on who TFS or Karibo is. I'm hopeful that one day we can convince CR to do a convention. Maybe if we nag him enough. Oh, what book did you get today, Miss Rose? Lincoln Test. Okay, so he's Kuribo is a YouTuber. And TFS? Who's TFS? Yeah, and I haven't. I've heard of Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge, but I've not watched it. Oh, Team 4 Star. Okay, Team 4 Star I've heard of. I'm familiar with them. I am relevant. I'm with the kids speak now. I know exactly who those guys are. Why? Huh. Okay. Oh, I see. Okay. Whoops. Had that suffer a lot. My buddy just got back from Canada. Well, that's not what I want. Just the other day. He was over in Alberta. He went to Banff National Park, and I told him he needed to bring me back a bag of ketchup chips and some Kinder Surprises, but unfortunately Kinder Surprises are illegal in the States. And he was not willing to break the law. But he and a friend of his went and saw a lot of national parks and the such, and he got to try Tim Hortons. Yep, because Kinder Surprise are illegal because of the toy inside. It is because Americans cannot be trusted with small toys. It's one of those things where it's just kind of like, well, come on, guys, don't. Some irresponsible parent ruined it for everyone. And I mean, like, it's not like those toys were any bigger than the stuff you get at those, like, quarter vending machines. So because of that, American can't have a nice thing. But I told him to bring me back a bag of ketchup chips, I've had them in Germany. That was why I told him I wanted, told him to bring me some, because I've had them in Germany, and they are very, very good. But I asked him to bring me back a bag of ketchup chips, a Kinder Surprise egg, a Mountie, and a postcard. He brought me back a postcard with a Mountie on it, and he said, 2 birds, 1 stone. Like, fair enough. But he had a very good time when he was up there. And he had something called a beaver tail, which apparently was just like a fried dough, and he could pick whatever sort of tasty treats he wanted on it, or his topping, I guess. And he went to Tim Hortons, and he really, really liked it, which is strange because he's not a fast food fan. Thank you, Miss Rhodes. I'm trying. Her face was a bit of a struggle at the beginning of the stream, but after many tears and much cussing, I was victorious. Beavers are very cute, yes. I like beavers. I don't know, I like animals. I like fuzzy buddies. Okay. And now we go to this hand. I'm going to make a group for the stuff that I'm not. Wait. I'm going to need that. But these things I think can go. I don't need that anymore. There's the spare. That can go. So let me copy. As I said earlier, please forgive me if I'm a smidge distracted. I'm really wanting to get this one done today. That's most definitely not the most attractive hand that is ever handed. I would probably go. I'd probably go for a fox. Though I hear they're pretty wily. So maybe a hedgehog. Yeah, you know what? I would probably, in the long run, I'd say I'd want a fox, but in the end of the day, I'd probably end up with a hedgehog because I think they're just a little more chill. I know foxes need so much space, and if you do keep one, like you have to keep it in a like a kennel or a cage, and you have to dig like 6 feet into the um, underneath the kennel and do like a layer of concrete because those suckers will dig. And I have a feeling a fox would probably eat my cats. I do not imagine a hedgehog would eat my cats. And while deer are very gorgeous, I would always be worried it would wander out into the street and get hit. That's not that funny. I see a lot of deer on my commute to work, and it's always so sad because they're so pretty. Um, but they've usually been struck. So I could just see my luck. I'm pulling into the garage, and the deer just kind of like stops right smack dab in the middle of the garage and freezes. That is also a very not attractive hand. Honestly, I think I made it look more like a claw than a hand. Which one would you pick, Miss Rose? Oh, yeah, foxes can be, is it the Siberian, no, the domesticated Russian fox? Domesticated Siberian fox? But yeah, no, I've seen, what is it, there's a gentleman on YouTube who has one. I've seen a few of his videos, and they're very funny. His fox is very, very cute, and I think it would be very, very wonderful to have a buddy fox, but I think you can, I think fennecs, can you do fennec foxes as companions? And I know sugar gliders, there's a young lady at one of the schools I used to go to. She had a fennec fox that she would smuggle into her hoodie. This is something that's not the part of the hand I'm happy with. So, when in doubt, go back to construction. That looks a little better. Until, 5 minutes. Until in 5 minutes when I look at it and go, what? But for the current 5 minutes, I'm content with this hand. And I am ready to start shading some skin. They're very cute. And I've heard they're extremely needy. So this hand, aha. See, I knew it, not even 5 minutes. Okay, that's better. No, that's not better. Ah, okay. No. Damn it. Yeah, okay. Okay. That do. Okay. Can work with this. Whoops. Remember, kids, do as I say, not as I do. And this is also kind of one of the reasons why sometimes it's good to, um, sleep on a project. You can come back to it with fresh eyes and you look at things you did and you're like, oh, well, we can make that better and we can make this better and we can. Okay. You win. We can make this better and we can make this better and this is, you just kind of come back to it with some fresh eyes. And you can go, oh, well, actually, if we do this, we get this result, which is more on par to what we were after. One of those, like, if you stare at it for too long, it starts to look right. You can't see, what's wrong. And that's also why why a lot of people recommend you flip the canvas. I don't know why I went into lecture mode. You guys don't need that. I'm more of a fan of the Ninja Turtles movies than the TV show, though I did like the Nickelodeon one that was a few years ago. I don't know if it's still going. I watched. I think I watched the first 2 seasons. It was cute. I liked it. I mean, wasn't like the best television on air, but it was definitely fun. I enjoyed it. Have you guys seen the League of Super Evil? AKA Lose. You might be able to find the episodes on YouTube. That one was pretty gosh darn clever, and it was made by one of my favorite animation studios, Nerdcore. Um, I love those guys. I like their style of animation. I like their models. Nerdcore, if you're listening, hire me. I remember my mom thinking the Ninja Turtles was a stupid, stupid concept, so she wouldn't let me. Really get into it. But I had one VHS and I watched it all the gosh darn time. All the gosh darn time, Yano. Whoop! How'd that happen? Oh no! Pickles. Well, pickles. Do as I say, not as I do. Oh? Oh, no? Uh-oh. Dagnabbit. Well, there's your problem. I was always a fan of Donnie. Because he was purple. What is it? Purple. Mm. Okay, so what I did, which was really dumb, was I colored on the line art. And I did quite a bit of coloring on that line art. And I've run out of backspaces. Well, that did nothing. Well, nowhere to go but forward. I'm not happy with my predicament, but it is what it is, so I can either whine about it, which I'm doing mentally, or we can just trudge on. Guess which one we're gonna do, guys? We're gonna get our trudging pants on. I have watched Baby's Kids. That was a long time ago, though. Yeah, I remember I remember it being entertaining, but it's been a long time since I've seen it. I don't think I fully understood a lot of the implications behind it. Like, I'm pretty sure quite a bit of the humor went over my head because I was young when I saw it. I don't think I was the demographic age intended to watch it. Yeah, I remember it being funny. I don't remember. I don't recall if I really got a lot of the jokes because I was pretty young when I saw it. Um, so I think like quite a bit of the humor went over my head. That's got a texture. In my experience, most scientists tend to have an ego problem. Not that I have a lot of experience with scientists, but it's a possibility. I mean, like, what causes his change in behavior? Because that's a pretty drastic change, especially so late in his life. So, but like, what happens that makes him realize his mistakes? Like, what is the catalyst that kind of opens his eyes? Like, what event does this? He might, yeah, he realizes he's made mistakes, but what snapped him out of, what made it snap? Oh, which one are you on, Miss Rose? I haven't read Harry Potter since the last book. Not the since book 7 came out. And I have not really seen the movies. Like I've seen some. Um, I had no interest in the movies. I think the 5th book was my favorite. I liked because he was angry in that one. And with all the crap that was going on in his life, I was like, dude, you need to just be angry. You have every right to be angry. You know, he'd been taking all this stuff just a little too well, especially considering that he was also going through puberty. Have y'all had to deal with folks going through puberty? They are moody. So what event makes him realize that they're evil? Like what happens to him or to his someone close to him? And I isn't Asterix also a comic about Vikings? One of my coworkers had me watch, was it Live, Die, Repeat? I think it's got another name, which is like, I think he called it The Edge of Tomorrow. He had me watch that the other day. I was surprised at how much I liked it. It's a Tom Cruise film. And I'm not the biggest Tom Cruise fan. So I was like, yeah, alright. But no, I was surprised at how much I liked it. It was really interesting. Um, I guess it's based off of a manga. I would recommend it if you like sci-fi. So he could hear from Wilson and the others. Honestly, I think it would be more impactful if he had an experience, like if he personally had an experience or was physically there for something. But it's your story, dude. Um, you'll know what works best when you find it. So when it comes to visual storytelling, like with comics and animation, any sort of visual way you're telling a story, it's better to have it's better to show it than it is to tell it. Um, it's better to have an event happen, or you visually. Oh, dang! Now that I did it again, you have something on screen or on the page happen so that the audience can see it. It's much more engaging than dialogue of this is what happened and this is how it went and this is the thing, and it's more engaging to the reader, to the viewer, to the audience. Yeah, Asterix and Obelix. I've seen them. I've not read them. And I don't remember where I saw. Oh, I think I saw them when I was looking up stuff for Tintin. That sounds legit. It's a movie series. I thought it was also like an older comic. So what were the why? Why was Osmond working for them then? Like, what sort of research study did they have him do? I guess why would the Empire um, and Asterix, which are these two alien scientific um, no, okay, no, Asterix is the superheroes. It would make more sense for Asterix to have him doing the research because to me it doesn't make sense for the Empire to have him doing research on alien DNA when they are such an advanced group of people. They could probably do their own research and get more sophisticated results than what he could do with what he had available. Also, I would assume that by doing research for Asterix at the same time, like he wouldn't be able to send all of his information back to the Empire. Um, he'd have to be kind of careful of he wouldn't want the other knowing. He wouldn't want one knowing that he's helping out the other. Um, you could, I mean, it's a trope. It's a I mean, it's been used over and over and over again, but it's because it's a successful trope. You'd have Asterix trying to figure out if the alien DNA they discovered is something that they can use to weaponize. Yeah, as I said, like using it for the heroes to try and up their abilities, weaponize them basically, make them super soldiers. More of a Star Trek fan. I saw the original Star Trek, and I also saw the newer movies. Those are fun. Oh, oh. Sorry, I'm not wanting to play anything with music in case YouTube decides to copyright it, do a copyright strike. So I will look at that when we are done. Oh. But by all means, you guys check it out. Yeah. thought so. Was it French? I thought it was Norwegian or Swedish. I think I heard about it when I was looking up some Tintin stuff. But that would make sense. I once had an art teacher tell me that a drawing isn't always about what you put onto the canvas or, you know, what you add to your drawing or illustration. Sometimes it's about what you take away. And that was your insightful moment with Liz. Oh, that's right. She's got the tummy sash. Dagnab. I knew I was forgetting something. That was a stupid voice. Oh, hey, bye, Surrey. Good night, buddy. Sorry, I've not been very chatty in this one. I just really wanted to get this young lady done. You have a good one, Miss Rose. And I hope tomorrow is a good day for you as well. Sleep tight. Not what I wanted. Oh. Why is this taking so long? Why am I so slow? works. marks, yeah. And then I would recommend drawing like a version of him in normal clothes, just so that way you can. They don't, in case he takes his lab coat off or if he's, ever in civvies. He's got his hand on his side since he's got back pain. That works. Yeah, you'd mentioned, he was having back issues. And don't be afraid to draw multiple versions of your characters. Like, draw, them in normal clothes, draw them in special attire, draw them in uniform, draw them, in new uniforms, old uniforms. The more you draw them, the more options you have available to you. Are you going to draw younger versions of Fang and Lucille? Yeah, I saw you mentioned you were going to give him a bit of a hunchback. Probably what causes his back pain. I'm trying to remember. I don't have the reference up in front of me. Which one of her colorful hair parts was on which side? Oh, good lord. Another, like... Why is this taking me so long? There we go. Thank you. Nope, we're doing this. We're sticking it this way. That works. Or, I mean, my grandfather, his back just hunched over with time. Like, as he got older, his back just started to kind of curl more. Um, he had bad posture. Just a side effect of getting old. No, I I guess like I don't. If that's something you want him to have, Because remember, that's going to be an asset you're going to have to draw multiple times. Thank you. I think I'm almost gonna just wrap it up and call it done. Why? it is done. I'm done. I am el finito. So, trying to remember which file format. Oh god, hand cramped. Yay! I know, I'm so excited. It took so much longer than I had anticipated. I'm trying to remember what file format. Saves as transparent. That's not JPEG. Thank you! I'm gonna go put this up on DeviantArt. Since it was from the stream. I'd be mad if that didn't save. Let's try it. Let's just do export as PNG transparency. Oh, yeah, no, I don't want it to be that big. Why do you keep... There we go. Alright, so that's it for tonight. We were almost at 3 hours and 30 minutes. Oh my god. I'm gonna have to get a little faster at this, guys, but we have a starting point. It takes me way too stinking long. Well, thank you, May and Miss Rose and Suri, for coming. I hope you have a good evening and sleep well, because I know it's where I'm headed. Bye!